Can you get your own home today? It's a big question a lot of people are asking, and obviously a lot of people are feeling like they're going to miss the market if they don't get it now and it's all over and done for them. But I can tell you, for someone who's been around the markets for quite a few cycles now, probably about 3 cycles over 20 years, that things always change, they go up, they turn around, and there's always movement. And to be honest, there's always opportunity as well. But the reality is, you've got to think a little bit differently. There's no doubt property investing is changing, and potentially changing for a whole generation maybe, where obviously prices are a lot higher. Certainly in Queensland, rents are really tough. And obviously inflation's up at a level that we haven't seen for a long time, and interest rates are back at a level that we have actually seen for a long time, but people have got used to low rates. So does that mean you can never get in? What it does mean is that you may not be able to get into your dream property straight away. You may need to take a different pathway, and that's what I specialize in, is helping people find that pathway. Ultimately, it's like a recipe and the steps that you take. And if you just follow the traditional model, which you go into a bank and say, how much can I borrow? And you go to the suburb and do what most people do and go, I want to live here and the house is $1 million, and the bank says, well, you can't borrow that. You don't have enough income, then I suppose the journey's over for those people. But I'm telling you, for a lot of other people, that can just be the beginning. Because you go, right, well, what are my other choices? What are my other options? For me personally, we rented, my wife and I, for over 20 years, and we did that as a choice because it gave us better lending power with finance, allowed us to buy properties that we could afford, basically in places that made us money. And I didn't want to have a mortgage for 30 years because that scared the hell out of me, because I'd have to go to work every day and pay that mortgage, and that wasn't the idea of freedom that I was looking for. So there's other pathways, and eventually what we did is we invested in property in different states, 4 different states, new properties, old properties, units, houses. Most of them we've sold now because we've now moved that money and equity into blue chip properties. So it's really an equity game that you build your equity up. And instead of having a 30-year mortgage, what we're able to do is sell some of those properties and then buy our own house outright with no debt. And what's funny about that? Well, one, it was a great achievement, and that's probably the first time I really tangibly felt an amazing result from property, because up until that time, property is going up, values going up. You never felt it in your life. You felt it in your back pocket if interest rates went up, but you didn't really feel the benefit of it, because you're basically paying a lot of money to hold these assets. But the great thing is, when you get rid of debt, all of a sudden that's 30 grand you don't have to come up with, that's in after-tax dollars. So that's $40,000 or $50,000 less you don't have to make, and guess what? You start to get a bit of time back. And once you get a bit of time, a bit of flexibility, you start to have choice. So guys, there's multiple pathways. I'm not saying you have to go and rent first. I'm not saying it's out of the question. What I'm saying is you need to sit down and start from the beginning, because the mistake most people make is they go to the property first instead of starting with a plan and then going through the steps. And there's 4 key steps you need to understand, and that's what I specialize in just sharing those steps with people so they can get ahead and create their own plan to get what they want. And I'm having a prize draw on Sunday, and basically that's going to be offering one couple, one entity, one family who want to learn and are open to learning and are prepared to put some time and energy into it, 16 weeks free coaching. And if you're interested in that, it's a free prize draw. Jump onto our Facebook page, or keep an eye out for it tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be the lucky one. And if not, jump onto our Facebook page or website. There's some really good downloads there as well that can help you. Maybe starting with a happiness game would be a great place to start.